found this lamp recently at the thrift store and I want to give it a more modern, kind of high-end home decor look. So to start, we're going to take our ball here and you want to go ahead and cut this in half. And we're just going to carve this out on either side. And I'm going to check to make sure that my lamp post will fit in there, and that's perfect. So once this fits around the post of the lamp there, I'm going to take some painter's tape just to hold it together. And now what I want to do is add some smaller ones on either side of this. And then what I'm going to do is take some of this rope, and I want to put a couple of kind of loops of rope around in between the big and the small ball. So I'm just going to measure that up. Now that we have all the styrofoam in place, we want to go ahead and start covering this. And you're just going to leave the painter's tape right on it when we cover this. And we're going to use some air dry clay. You just want to have enough to make a really nice looking shape to your lamp. Now that the air dry clay is dry, it's time to start painting the new lamp. Now that the paint is completely dry, the last thing I want to do to finish off this lamp is add some glaze. This is going to give it a beautiful look and show all of that detail and texture that we've created. I am so thrilled with how this thrift store lamp turned out. You would never guess that it was the same $3 find.
So I picked up this dated lamp at my local thrift store. It was only $15. I loved the shape of it and I knew that it could just be something better. I want to try and dupe a lamp that I saw on Anthropologie's website. So to begin, I just went over the whole lamp with a coat of spray paint. This is a dual primer spray paint in one. And then once it was dry, I gave it sufficient time to fully dry before touching the lamp. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add my own applique on top of this lamp. So I'm going to be using a printable clear sticker paper. This is from the brand Cricut. You don't actually need a cutting machine to use it. I just found an image on Google and then I printed it right onto the clear sticker paper. And then I went ahead and cut it around as close as I could to the design. I want to make sure that you don't see any of the sticker paper at the top. For the straight edges at the bottom, I used a paper trimmer to make sure that they were nice and straight. And then again, I just went in and fine-tuned and cut as close as I could to the image without actually cutting the image itself. I did print a couple different images to go all the way around the base of the lamp just because one paper isn't large enough. So once it was all cut out, I stuck down my decal. Super easy to do this. You just place it in and then you just smooth out any air bubbles, and I literally just used my hands. It's super easy to do this. This DIY is pretty much as easy as it gets. Once I was done and completed, this is what my final lamp looks like. I did replace the shade with a more modern one that I just had from another lamp, and I am so happy with how this project turned out. You would never know that this is what this lamp looked like before. I really hope that this project has inspired you to get creative with the thrift store lamp.
When I was at the thrift store last week, I found this lamp that I love the shape of and thought it would be perfect for my next project. I'm going to start by giving it a good scuff sanding with some really gritty sandpaper. Next, I'm going to cover the entire base with an adhesion primer. The trick to an adhesion primer is to paint on a thin layer and then leave it on for 12 to 24 hours. While I'm letting the primer sit, I'm going to work on recreating the shade. I've gone ahead and cut my fabric to a workable size. I'm going to wrap the fabric around the shade just like I'm wrapping a present. To adhere the fabric to the shade, I'm going to use some spray tacky glue. I want to spray some on the fabric and some on the shade as well. It becomes tacky quite fast, so I can stick them together. I'm going to trim off part of the excess fabric now. I only need about an inch to fold under and over the top of the shade. To keep the edges nice and neat, I'm going to spray them with the same tacky glue and then turn them to the inside of the lampshade. I'll do the same to the top as the bottom. In order to get a nice clean line where the fabric ends, I want to use a little hot glue to turn it under and then glue the edge right to the fabric on the shade. With the lamp base ready to go, I can paint it now. I'm going to start with 2 coats of this creamy colored paint. I'm going to paint the entire base and the post for the light bulb. To give the lamp base a little more of an old antique-y feel, I want to add a glaze to finish it off. This is an antiquing glaze that gives the paint a light brown color. I want to brush it on and then I can use a scrap piece of fabric to smooth it out and soften the lines. What a completely different look this lamp has now. It fits into my decor so much better, and I love the unique shape. I hope this has inspired you to give your old lamp a makeover as well.
Today I'm going to make over this thrift store lamp. First thing I have done is clean it, and now I'm going to paint it. I've made a spray booth out of an old cardboard box, taped up the parts I don't want to paint, and I'm going to use this rattle can black paint. Okay, this is now dry. It's had a couple of coats and it's ready to go. So I'm going to use some mica powders on this. So I've put out my selection of colours onto my palette. I'm still keeping my other bits covered. And I'm going to use a fan brush. And what I'm going to do is create the northern lights on here. And very gently pull the powder up so that it mingles together. I'm actually going to just remove these bits on the bottom here. I'll be dealing with that part later on. And now I'm going to pick up some of the purple. It's good if you've got a reference photograph to look at before you do this. But if you've ever seen the Northern Lights, they have a lot of green and purple in them. So I'm adding in some purple now, and I'm also going to add in a little bit of pink. And then again, just clean off my brush. And again, sweep the powder up, leaving some black spaces in between as well. And some more pink. You can get as carried away with this as you like. There are no rules. Now I'm going to add in some yellow down at the bottom. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a horizon as though there's some mountains in the background. So I'm going to wipe away any of the mica that's fallen and just very kind of randomly make some peaks and troughs as though we're looking at a distant horizon. It can come down low. Okay, and when we've decided if we're happy with that, I'm actually going to put in some more green. I don't like the fact that it's all in a straight line there. So I'm going to make this a lower point. Here's my finished lamp. The lampshade was a kind of a dull grey, so I spritzed it with water and then just tapped some of the mica powder onto it, and it's actually quite effective. And here is the base with my mountain range. I also did a little vase as well. I've given everything a coat of spray sealer that will keep all the powders in place. I hope you've enjoyed this episode and I have inspired you to have a go.